Today's class, as you know, just to give you a quick background, we are doing yin yoga on Thursday evenings, but we will always add a component of the yang yoga style. You know that yang yoga is the very, very dynamic and heat producing yoga asanas. They are usually done in the styles of Ashtanga, Vinyas and Hatha yoga. So the focus is always there on the breath, and we always change our asana either in the inhale or the exhale. So Purak or Rechak as Sanskrit terms for these pranayamas, that when you inhale it's Purak and when you exhale it's Rechak. So either you inhale and you come into one asana, and as you exhale you get into another. So Yang style of yoga is done like this. The yin yoga, so yang yoga is mostly done for the musculature of the body, to transform the musculature, but obviously the internal organs are also being affected by this. Yang yoga works on all the endocrinal glands of the body, so all the hormone producing glands in the body are affected. In the yin style, which we are going to do today, you hold the postures for a longer time, but we are doing work very, very deep inside the body. So we are working on the nerves, we are working on the bones, we are working on tendons and ligaments. We are going deeper below the musculature of the body. This is the feminine style of doing yoga. That means it is more cooling. It's a very cooling kind of an energy where you allow your body to come into a deep rest, thereby also allowing the component of mind, that is the manas, to have deep relaxation. So let us get started by a nice rounded meditation. Come down to your mats. We will do flower meditation today. For the flower meditation, I want you to keep your body upright wherever you're sitting. I usually like to use a blanket underneath my hips. So I like to share my practice of use of a lot of props. Props are everything that you can do to make your yoga practice more beautiful and relaxing. So a blanket which has a thickness like this is something that I like to use underneath my hips. That is, I sit on top of it. And the moment you sit on top of it, as I'm doing right now here, you will see it relaxes your knees. So my hips are higher than the knees, and I'm sitting in a half Padmasana, which is half lotus posture. My hands are going to rest very gently on my knees. Shoulders are relaxed. My chin is parallel to the floor. And as I close my eyes, I'm going to now start tuning into all my surrounding. So this form of meditation is called as pratyahar. Pratyahar meaning withdrawal. Withdrawal from all the external Maya world, everything that is material, everything that you can see physically and you can touch physically. We are slowly withdrawing from all of that, giving yourself a chance to involute inward. That means to turn your attention inwards. That is the whole goal of yoga meditation. Kiran, can you please mute? Okay, I muted your mic. So as we come into this posture, I want you to now slowly turn your palms upwards and place them on your laps. Curl your fingertips, and as you breathe in, I want you to curl your fingertips in, and as you exhale, I want you to slowly open your fingertips out, stretching your palms. You will do it with both the hands. Imagine that the palm of your hand is the base of the flower and the fingertips are like petals. As you inhale, the petals are slowly curling in, and as you exhale, the petals are slowly opening. Let us do 10 such breaths. Keeping the focus at the tip of the nose, let us begin. Take a deep inhale in and a deep exhale out. Deep inhale inward. Deep exhale outward. Continue for 8 more rounds. Keeping your focus all the time on the tip of your nose. The only body movement you are allowing is the curling and uncurling of your fingertips. Few more rounds. And with the last exhale, you're going to keep your fingers soft, uncurling your fingers. And in your mind's eye, I want you to think about your most favorite flower. As you think about this flower, quickly check which color came to your mind in your mind's eye. And I want you to place one flower each in the center of the palm of your right hand and the center of the palm of your left hand. As you place these flowers, begin to notice the texture of the flower, any pattern which might exist. And notice how many petals you immediately saw as you visualize this flower. I'm going to play some soft music for us. I want you to take one more flower now and place it on the top of your head at your Sahasrara chakra, which is your crown chakra. From there, take one more flower and place it between your eyebrows. Take one more flower and place it on the right shoulder and the left shoulder. Take one more flower and place it in the base of your throat, which is the voice box or the Adam's apple. Place it over there. And swallow your saliva a few times. Slowly begin to part your lips. Unlock your lower jaw, keeping all the facial muscles completely relaxed. Take one more flower, place it in your heart center at your Anahat chakra. Take another flower, place it right below your belly button and one right above your belly button. Honoring the third and the second chakras, the seat of fire and water. Now take one more flower and place it at the base of your spine, between the right and the left sitting bones. In your mind's eye, now visualize all the flowers that we have placed so far. And let us chant Om 3 times. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And from here, you're going to join your hands at the heart center. Tip your chin down towards the chest and express your intention to the feminine deity that you pray to or that you observe in your mind's eye. Express your gratitude towards her and invite her for today's practice to help you bring your body, mind and spirit into balance and well-being. And from here, slowly begin to lift your head up, and then we are going to come into the first stretch. So drop your fingers down, and we are going to come into what is called as double pigeon pose. So pigeon pose is called as Raj Kapottanasana, and this is called as double pigeon. So it is double Raj Kapottanasana. For that, you are going to slowly stretch your legs out. And from here, begin to bend your knees. And you're going to hold your left ankle and slowly slide your lower leg down parallel to your shoulders. Now take your right ankle, lift it up, and you're going to place the right ankle on top of your left knee so that this looks like an equal to side. Right shin bone is on top of your left shin bone. Both the legs are parallel to the floor. Now if there is any tightness in the hips or you feel tightness on your kneecaps, you can always use some padding. So you can use another folded blanket to support here or to support here. So if your knee is lifting up, you can place a block right here. Okay? Make sure that this does not look like this. This will be Ardha Padmasana. We are not doing this. We are doing this, where both shin bones are lying on top of each other. By that, your buttocks are going to open out and you're going to feel the stretch inside inner thighs and on the top of your hips. So now try to wiggle in your seat and sit taller. Lift up through your chest, roll your shoulders back and down. And from here, we are going to come into our first forward fold. So in Yin Yoga, like I told you, we are going to hold the pose at least for 3 minutes. If you feel any tension or any pain, slowly retract out of that asana and just sit quietly doing deep breaths. Let us begin. Slowly begin to fold forward. The moment you fold forward, you will feel the stretch in your lower back and your buttocks and maybe the outer thighs. Now take a block or a book or even place 2-3 pillows. If your head cannot come to the floor, you can pile something, like I'm taking a block and I'm placing my head right on top of it. Relax your arms, palms facing upwards. You will stay here for at least 3 minutes. If you are not able to go down, flatten your palms and relax your head down. Bend as far as possible so that you feel a good stretch in your lower back. Let us start. Slowly begin to now lift your head up, push away from the floor, slowly come up. It's time to switch legs. So slowly stretch your legs out. Bounce your knees up and down. Move your feet from side to side. And now once again begin to bend your knees. Take hold of your right ankle and slowly slide your lower leg flat on the floor. Take hold of your left ankle and now place your left ankle on top of right knee. Left knee is on top of right ankle. Once again, both the lower legs are parallel to the floor. They are sitting on top of each other. Try to sit tall. Don't do Ardha Padmasana, okay? Try to place your lower legs on top of each other. Once again, if your knee lifts up, you can place something to support it, like a folded blanket, a book or a block, like this. So as you come into the double Raj Kapottanasana, which is double pigeon pose, you don't have to flex your toes. Relax your toes, relax your ankles, lift up your chest, and slowly keeping your back long, slowly once again start to fold forward. Try to bring your chest and your head as close as possible to the floor. If that is not possible, place something for your forehead. So maybe you can have a book or a pillow to rest your head like this. Stretch your arms, relax your shoulders, and let's stay here for 1 whole minute. Keep on breathing deeply. Slowly begin to lift your head up now. Push away from the floor. Try to sit up tall and straight. And now once again begin to stretch your legs. I'm just going to switch one more light. I don't know how visible I am. Maybe my video is very dark. I hope this is okay. I hope you can see me now. So begin to stretch your legs, begin to bend your knees. Let's come into reverse table. So we have done reverse table before. This is to stretch your this is to stretch your front portion. Since you did a forward fold, now we are going to do a back bend. Bend your knees, hands are going to come on the floor. Press your feet, slide your buttocks and slowly lift your hips up. Take your head down. Keep on breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly go down. Let us try that 2 more times. Press your hands and feet. Slide your buttocks to the heels. Slowly begin to lift your hips up high. Take your head to the back wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come down. Sit tall. Once again. Slide your buttocks to the heels. Lift your buttocks up. Keep on breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly go down. That's very good. Coming into wide angle pose. Slowly open out your legs. Maybe you can open legs as much as you want to. Slowly come into half dandasana. Legs are straight, arms are parallel. Take a deep inhale. Slowly open out. Exhale. Inhale in and exhale out. Sit tall. One more. Inhale in and exhale out. And now turn your shoulders to your right leg. Once again, you're going to fold forward. Very slowly. This is a big stretch for your back, so go very slow. Once again, you can use a pillow or you can use a towel also. You can place it on your leg for your forehead. So take a deep inhale, slowly begin to fold forward. Wherever your head is going to land, allow your arms to soften there. We will stay here for 1 more minute. Keep on breathing. Anytime that you might feel any kind of pain, you have to come out of that posture. You should not feel any pain while doing yoga. Now, if extending both the legs is too intense for you, you can bend the left knee and you can bring your left foot inside. And this is modification. Left foot is bent, right leg is straight. And now you're folding over. You're doing good. Few more breaths here. Keep on softening your lower back. Wherever you feel your muscle is tightening, keep on breathing into that area of your body. Allow your breath to allow the weight of your body to release into the floor. Begin to slowly take a deep breath in, lift your head up, slowly push away from the floor and come and sit upright. Take a minute here, see how you're feeling. And if you had bent your knee, you're going to open out both the legs now. Let us turn to the left side. So once again, if you're using a pillow or a folded blanket or a book, you're going to place it on the spot where your head is going to land. If you cannot keep the right leg stretched, you can always bend it and bring your foot inside. Now use your shoulders and your lower waist completely turn to face your left leg. Begin to slowly fold forward. Wherever your head is going to land, allow your arms to drop down there. Keep on breathing. Now you will notice sometimes that one side of the body is always challenging and always tough. For me, it is my left side. So I am going to use double props. I am going to use a block also to release my head. Because in Yin Yoga, we do not want any kind of muscle activation. We want to go deeper below the muscles and the body has to completely surrender in the Yoga Asana. There should be no muscle use. Allow your body to completely allow that weight to let go. Let go with each exhale. Keep your facial muscles completely relaxed. Keep on focusing on your breath. You are doing good. Take a deep inhale. Begin to lift your head up. Slowly push away from the floor. See how your back is doing. Remove the block or the props, whatever you are using. And you are going to sit into knee bent position. Toes are pointing forward. Knees are bent. From here, you are going to lean back. We are going to do the butterfly dance. So lean back. You are going to lift left foot, right foot. Join the feet together. If you can hold your ankles, come up. Separate right foot, left foot. Extend, extend. Once again, join and slowly drop down into butterfly. So we will do this 3 more times. Let us begin. Both the feet on the ground, hands behind your knees. Sit tall. Take a deep inhale. Lean back. Lift the left foot, right foot. Join. Exhale out. Hold the ankles. Stretch, stretch. Inhale. Feet join. Exhale. Drop them down. Sit tall into Titli Asana. Butterfly pose. This is going to open your hips and also activate your core muscles. Let us do it 2 more times. Do it at your own pace. Feet are flat on the floor. Hands are behind the kneecaps. Sit tall. Take a deep inhale. Lean back. Left foot, right foot. Join together. Exhale. Hold your ankles. Stretch, stretch. Inhale. Join the feet. Exhale. Titli Asana. One more time. Whenever you feel ready. Feet are flat on the floor. Hands are behind the kneecap. Sit tall. Lean back. Take a deep inhale. Left foot, right foot. Join together. Hold your ankles. Open the right leg as much as you can. Open the left leg as much as you can. Even if your knees are bent, that's fine. Inhale, feet come together. Exhale, release down, sit tall. That's very beautiful. Now come into full butterfly pose. Make a hammock, hold your toes. Wiggle yourself and now begin to lift your chest, keeping your back long. Inhale, knees come up. Exhale, knees go down. Up and down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now go a little faster. Slowly drop your knees down. Sit tall. Don't curve your back. Chin to the chest. 5 breaths here. Take a deep inhale. Lift your head up and slowly begin to stretch your legs out again. Raise your arms above your head. Palms are inside. 5, 4, 3, 2. And slowly release your hands forward. Begin to bend forward. Wherever your hands go, that is okay. The goal is to get a good stretch in your inside of your thighs and also your lower back. Drop your head down. See if your elbows can come to the floor. Keep on breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a deep inhale. Lift your head up. Sit tall. Coming into side twist. So you're going to join your legs together and you're going to bend your knees and swing your feet to the right side. we are going to come into Bharadvajasana. So for Bharadvajasana, you are going to hold your left ankle and take your lower leg to the front wall. So keep it parallel to your shoulders. Now your right knee is going to rest on your left ankle. Drop it down slowly and sit tall. Now for any reason your right buttock is lifting up or your knee is not able to come down to the floor, use a padded blanket. You can place it on your left leg, rest your knee there, or you can take this blanket and you can sit on it. So you can do double blanket. Press your right buttock so that you are able to sit tall. Let us twist to the left side. So sitting tall, take a deep inhale. Raise your arms parallel and slowly use your mid waist. You're going to slowly twist. Begin to twist as far as possible. The moment you feel I cannot twist beyond this, drop your hands down. Turn your neck as far as possible to the left side. Keep on breathing. Deep inhales and exhales. Breaths here. Take a deep inhale and slowly begin to untwist. Come back to the front and now begin to bring your knees to the front. Press your feet down and swing your legs to the left side. Now take hold of your right ankle and drag your lower leg parallel to your shoulders. Your left knee is going to come on your right ankle. Like this. For whatever reasons, once again, if your knee cannot reach down to the ankle, you can use a blanket and place it on your right foot. Or if your left buttock is coming up, you can take another folded blanket and sit on it so that both your buttocks are pressing onto the hard surface. Sit tall. Take a deep inhale. Lift your arms parallel to the floor. From here, slowly begin to twist. Twist as far as your mid body is going to twist. Now drop your hands down and turn your neck to the right side. Keep on breathing. More breaths here, you are doing good. One more deep inhale, slowly begin to untwist. Come back to the front and now begin to stretch your legs. So we are now coming into half fish pose. For half fish pose, you are going to bend the right knee and you are going to take your right heel all the way to the back and you are going to sit tall. Now for whatever reasons, if this is too painful for you, you can take a blanket and you can place it underneath your knee and you can shift your right foot out. So this is another modification for half fish pose. We are going to lie down on our backs. So whatever modification you are using with your knee on the blanket and your foot is sticking out or your heel is all the way underneath your right buttock and your knee is on the floor. You're going to soften your left toes. And now you're going to slowly release your forearms on the floor. Lift your chest and release your head to the back wall. Keep on breathing. breaths here, you are doing really well. Take a deep inhale. Begin to lift your head up. Slowly begin to push away from the floor and come into a seated posture. Hold your right ankle and slowly stretch your right leg. Bounce your knees once again. Move your feet from side to side. Wiggle your toes just to release any tension. Let's do it on the other side. Now you're going to bend the left knee and take your heel to your left buttock, so that your left knee is on the floor and heel is towards your left buttock. You're going to sit tall. Relax your right toes. Modification, you're going to place a blanket underneath your left knee and you can release your left foot outside. So this is modification, just to release the pressure here. Now bend your elbows, lean back and release yourself on your elbows and your forearms. Lift your chest. Take your head to the back wall. Keep on breathing. You're doing good. 5 more breaths here. Take a deep inhale. Begin to lift your head up. Slowly push away from the floor. Sit tall. And once you feel ready, you are going to release your leg. Coming into sleeping tree. So we are going to do Vishnu Asana. So you are going to lie down on your left side. Legs are going to be on top of each other. Release your forearm down. Fingers are pointing forward. Shoulder and elbow is in one line. Hold your body in a straight line. And now you're going to start by bending your right knee. And try to bring your left foot, your right foot all the way in. Inside your left thigh. If this is not possible, you can place your right foot outside your left leg. Keep on breathing. Now you can even sleep down in this pose. So just giving few modifications for this. If you want to lie down, raise both your arms above your head. Join your palms. And you can be in this sleeping tree, which is Vishnu Asana, like this. You're opening your inner thigh. Keep on breathing. Just like a standing Vrikshasana, we are doing sleeping tree, that is sleeping Vrikshasana, also called as Vishnu Asana. Keep on breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now slowly come on to your forearm once again. Now see if you can hold your ankle or your big toe. You're going to take a deep inhale and slowly begin to stretch your leg up. Inhale and sit tall. Lift your chest up. Keep on breathing. Very good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and now you're going to take this leg forward. Left leg is straight, right leg is forward, and slowly lie down. And open out your right arm to the right side. Press your upper back into the floor. Keep on breathing. Take a deep breath. Begin to lift your right arm up. And then slowly bring your right leg on top of your left leg. From here, you are going to lie down on your back. Slowly come onto your back. Begin to lift your feet. Slowly stretch your legs up. And place your hands underneath your bottom. Begin to rock your feet up to your face. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold your legs straight. Keep on breathing. 3, 2, and now begin to slowly release your legs down to the floor. Very controlled motion. Very slowly. Hold your legs parallel to the floor. Don't touch them down. Activating your core muscles. Drop your legs down completely now. Coming into happy baby pose. Bend your knees. Take your feet up. Hold your toes and drag your knees out. Your knees are separate. Hands are on the toes. Slowly rock from side to side. And now come into a standstill. Don't move. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your feet down and switch sides. Now lie onto your right side. Sleeping Vishnasana or sleeping tree. Lie on your right side, forearm touching the floor, fingers are pointing to the front, legs are on top of each other. From here you are going to bend the left knee and place it inside your right thigh, or you can place it on the floor outside your right leg. Arm can be lifted up or your hand can be on your hip, whatever is your choice, or you can even touch the floor. Keep on breathing. If you want to lie down, slide your hand, lie down on your right side. Lift your arms and touch your palms together. Keep on breathing. Few more breaths here, you're doing good. Now take a deep inhale, slowly begin to lift yourself up. Come on to your right forearm. Point the fingers forward. If you can hold your left ankle, hold it, or hold your left toes. Take a deep breath, lift your chest. Slowly begin to open your left leg. Even if your left leg is bent like this, that is fine. The whole activity is to open your hip socket and also work on your inner thighs. These are the most neglected areas of our body. Keep on breathing. Now take a deep breath and you're going to bring your leg forward. Keep it straight as much as possible. Left leg is on the floor, right leg is on the floor. Left leg is stretched forward in a 90-degree angle. Now lie down and slowly roll on to your upper back. Open up your left arm to the left side. Both your arms are stretched out in a T position. Keep on breathing. Soften your body as much as you can in this asana. Take a deep breath here now. Slowly begin to lift your left arm up And now slide your left leg and bring it back on top of your right leg. Once again, you're going to lie down flat on your back. Let us come into Setu Bandhasana, which is bridge pose. But we are going to hold the bridge pose for at least 10 to 15 breaths. So be ready. If you feel tired at any time, you can always relax your buttocks down. Arms are resting by the side of your body, knees are bent. Feet are about hip width distance. That is, if you make two fists, you can place them inside the knees and place them on your feet. That's the same distance of your feet and knees. Let us begin. Press your back into the floor and slowly begin to lift your hips up as high as you can go. Keep on breathing. Try to walk your heels in. And if your hands can hold your ankles or your heels, you're going to hold it or at least touch. And lift the hips high. Point the knees forward. Keep on breathing. 15, 14, 13. 9, 5. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, slowly release your hips down. See how your lower back feels. We will try this 2 more times. So once again, get ready. Hands are on the floor, feet are on the floor. With a strong breath, you are going to lift your hips up. Very slowly. Lift the buttocks as high as you can go. Peel your back away from the floor. Upper back is on the mat. Walk your heels in. Touch your hands to the heels or hold your ankles. Keep on lifting your hips high. And stay here. 15, 14, 13, 9, 5. Take a deep inhale, exhale, slowly go down. See how your back body and your thighs and your knees are feeling. Last one. Get ready. Inhale, slowly lift up. Hands are touching the heels or holding the ankles. Point the knees forward. Activate your buttock and thigh muscles. Keep on lifting your hips up. Soften your rib cage. Keep on breathing. 15, 14, 13, 9, 5. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Slowly come down. And now begin to stretch your legs. Get ready for Shavasana. Allow your body complete rest. Use a blanket if you want to for guided Shavasana. The whole goal of this Shavasana is to allow you complete rest, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Using the same process of Pratyahar, slowly begin to detach yourself from everything external. Make a mental note of where you are lying, which room you are occupying in the house. Visualize yourself lying down on the floor from the top to bottom. Scan your body for any kind of discomfort, any kind of pain that you might be holding today. And begin to breathe into that area. We are going to exhale a bit longer than our inhales. So begin to take a deep breath in, 1, 2, and 3, and exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale 1, 2, and 3. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale 1, 2, and 3. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Continue for 5 more rounds at your own rhythm. Focusing turn by turn, scanning the upper body and then scanning the lower body for any part that might be feeling a bit tender or might be feeling less energetic or might be feeling painful. You're going to breathe out and breathe in to that area, sending your prana shakti, which is your energy, your life force. Take one more deep inhale through your nose now and blow that air out through your mouth as if you're blowing out a candle, a soft exhale through your mouth. Now keeping your lips soft, keep on breathing through your nose. Pay attention to the temperature of the air that's coming into your nostrils, flooding your chest, moving into your arms, reaching your fingertips, slowly moving down into your belly, down into the right leg and the left leg, reaching your feet. Take one more deep inhale. Allow this breath to saturate your back body, upper back, mid back and the lower back, buttocks, the space behind your kneecaps, your calf muscles and your thighs. Take one more deep inhale and allow your body to now completely let go into the earth. Allow the gravity of the earth to work on your body now. And try to remain very still as I count 1 minute in my mind. Let's begin. Every time that a new thought might arrive into your mind, or you might be distracted by some sound or by any person, without reacting, just go back to your own breath at the tip of your nose, telling yourself that you will take care of whatever needs to be taken care of once your meditation is over. Allow yourself this time of deep relaxation. Few more breaths here, you're doing really good. Now begin to slowly deepen your inhale and exhale. Once again, breathe in to the count of 4 and breathe out to the count of 4. As you begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, allow your knees to be bent, roll on to your left side and slowly come into a seated posture of your choice. Join your hands at the heart center. Express your gratitude, your thanks to this practice and thank yourself for taking this time for your health and your well-being. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow at 11:30. Namaste.